Hey 714, coming at you with the March Memory Challenge from John. Is it John? No, James. Hey 714, coming at you with the March Memory Challenge from James 1:9-18. Last week we talked about the first three verses, and this week we're going over the next four. James 12-15 says, God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love Him. And remember, when you are being tempted, do not say, God is tempting me. God never tempts anyone to do wrong, and He never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our own desire, which entice us to drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. I take it like a person in sports or a race. Like once you endure that trial, it helps you see the reward at the end. Like you are going to be rewarded for your endurance. And life throws us many curveballs and many challenges, but it's up to us to overcome it with God's help, and God gives us the power to face anything. God doesn't tempt anyone. Temptation and wanting to do wrong starts in your mind because you start thinking on it. And once you start thinking on it, it takes over your heart. And once you dwell on that, it's gonna come out, because what you think is what goes in comes out. And that is so true in everyday life. And God will never tempt anyone, and God doesn't tempt anyone else. So you can't say, oh, well, God made me do this. God made me steal the cookies. No, God didn't make you steal the cookies. Or God made me beat up my best friend, or, just do something awful. God doesn't put in this evil, plan in your mind. That's temptation. And it comes from our own desires. And then whenever we let that grow and build up, it's going to take over us and grow like a weed, just grow out of control. But with God's help, He can help us just cut that off and just make it die. But we can only let that happen whenever we let God into our lives. Well, I hope you guys like these next four verses. I want to challenge you guys to memorize it and dwell on it, because we do have an awesome prize for everyone, a reward. So endure this trial, endure this memorization, because it will pay off in the end, and apply it to your everyday life.